Yo, what's up, guys? You know we always keep you posted when Spencer Pratt drops a banger, and this is an all-timer on how the elections are rigged in California. This has been, of course, a major issue leading up to Donald Trump's primetime address tomorrow night, where he's going to be talking about stolen elections in America. Donald Trump just met with Spencer Pratt, and, of course, this is something that is proving why we need the Save America Act. Spencer Pratt talking about ballot harvesting here in his brand new video online that is already going viral. Here we go.
Tonight, we're taking a closer look at ballot harvesting.
They call it ballot harvesting.
Ballot harvesting.
Ballot harvesting can be one of the most confusing and contentious ways to cast a ballot.
Now, what is ballot harvesting? Well, first off, it's illegal in normal states, but in California, it's perfectly legal. Ballot harvesting is when you terminate the chain of custody that is meant to ensure secure voting, and it gives non-election officials, including employees of the candidates, legal access to your ballot to do whatever they want with it.
The practice involves a third party picking up a ballot a voter has filled out and dropping it off at a drop box or an elections department. Ballot harvesting could lead to someone voting in place of someone else, or allow a third party to tamper with or throw out ballots.
It used to be restricted to just immediate family members. California opened it up to anybody.
Prior to 2013, a voter had to be ill or disabled for someone else to return a ballot for them, and they had to be a family member or from the same household. After 2013, you no longer had to be sick or disabled. If you wanted a member of your household to return your ballot, they could. In 2016, the law changed again, so anyone could return your ballot, and there was no limit on how many ballots they could turn in.
So they don't want anything to get in the way of their ballot harvesting operation. This is their playbook. It's been their playbook for decades.
Anyone can take your ballot. Proponents of ballot harvesting will pretend that it's necessary because people who live in remote areas and the elderly can't figure out how to send mail, and they need a blue-haired commie to do it for them. Obviously, this is fake. You can send mail by putting it in your own mailbox. So if you have the capacity to receive the ballot, you have the exact same capacity to send the ballot. The mere fact that you have the ballot is proof that you don't need a stranger to send it. This isn't about helping people send in their ballots. It's about giving activists access to your ballot so they can rig the game. This new system is so bad, even the LA Times called for its repeal, warning that it does open the door to coercion and fraud. Now, on paper, it is illegal for ballot harvesters to tell you how to vote or influence you in any way. They cannot tell you what to vote for, but what stops them from doing it? What stops a Nithya Raman supporter from collecting ballots at homes with Pratt signs on their lawn and then just throwing them in the garbage? Well, nothing. Ballot harvesting lets the camel's nose under the tent. It introduces the menace of political activists influencing voters and electioneering at the polling place, but out of view of authorities, removing voting from the sterile field. You can't electioneer at the polling site where you vote in person, but now the ballots are sent to everyone's homes. Everyone's home is now a polling site, but there ain't nobody overseeing the laws. The casino has rigged the game. That's why they never lose.
They can just go and send out a bunch of labor organizers, go through housing projects, go through homeless encampments, get votes from people who weren't planning on voting, get them to vote in the ways they wanted them to.
It may be tough to coerce a vote at a polling site. The people there are committed voters and they've already made up their minds. But when everyone in California gets a ballot, that includes a lot of apathetic people who never vote and simply don't care. Easily talked into voting for the commie candidate when one of their minions harasses them at the door and says, "Hey, you want a rent freeze? You want free stuff? Vote for Nithya. Hey, I'll take the ballot for you. You know what? Why don't you just sign the envelope? I'll deal with all the paperwork." Is that legal? Nope. But who's watching? You think the apathetic non-voter is going to call the authorities to report illegal electioneering? The game is rigged. You can play if you choose, but the House will never lose. The solution is so simple. Mail ballots need to be banned. They're too vulnerable to fraud. It's also a laughably inefficient and primitive system. We should be voting by phone. All of our phones have high-level security and biometric ID with face and fingerprint recognition. We already use our phones for banking, medical records, TSA, crypto. If it's secure enough for all of that, it's secure enough for voting. Every phone vote will be posted to a public ledger anonymously with a unique ID that only you can possess, so you can go online to the ledger, validate that your vote was counted, and every item you vote for was properly cast. The results would be perfect and instantaneous, with results at 8 p.m. on election night, the moment polls close. Not only would the vote be more secure, more efficient, and more accurate, turnout would skyrocket. This is a 360 win, and there's literally no good reason to not vote this way in this modern era, unless, of course, you don't want the fraud to stop.
I mean, these kind of in a just world, these kind of videos would win awards because they're so compelling. In a just world, Spencer Pratt would be the mayor of Los Angeles. He's the only person that actually deserves to be the mayor of Los Angeles because he's the only person that's actually fighting the problems in LA. Spencer, again, was at the White House. We're still not exactly sure what Donald Trump was talking about with Spencer Pratt. We're excited, though, to find out what's going to happen next, because we have a feeling that more is going to come out of this. Little birdies tell us that Donald Trump, of course, is really impressed by Spencer Pratt. Spencer Pratt could be on the other side of that desk, many people say, when they see the photo of Trump and Spencer together at the White House. And obviously, this is sort of cutting directly at what Donald Trump is the keystone issue of the presidency, which is to fix election fraud. I kind of wish that we had done the SAVE Act, like the first act in Congress, and used all the energy in order to get that passed. I feel like we have maybe saved the country if we had done that, but I'm still pulling for it. We actually, asked Senator Cruz this morning about Spencer Pratt on the show and about passing the SAVE Act and maybe getting it done in a piecemeal way because of the election fraud that happened clearly and obviously in Los Angeles. Ted Cruz says there's absolutely a path forward in order to get the Save America Act done in a piecemeal without getting rid of the filibuster, just a 50 vote threshold. And so here's hoping for that. But keep cheering on, keep fighting with Spencer Pratt. It's obviously a fight that he's just getting started. And when he's meeting with Trump and when he has the goods on the people who are running for mayor of Los Angeles, and I don't know, man, I'm just excited. I'm feeling very optimistic right now. I feel like we're just getting started. So keep going. Pratt is fighting with Spencer Pratt. Now it's time to head home. We are at DJT Airport, by the way.